Episode 1, The Portal. Rain hammered against Ken's bedroom window while thunder shook the old apartment building. The room was dimly lit by a single monitor, surrounded by empty instant noodle cups, fantasy novels, and unfinished homework. Like almost every evening, Ken escaped reality by reading another isekai story. He closed the book with a quiet sigh. So, another nobody gets summoned to another world and becomes a hero. A faint smile crossed his face. I wish life were that simple. His own life felt painfully ordinary. School, home, games, sleep. Every day was exactly the same. No adventures, no friends he could truly rely on, just endless repetition. Outside, lightning flashed across the night sky. Boom! The thunder was so loud that his entire room trembled. His monitor flickered once, twice, then everything went black. Great! Power outage. Ken stood up and reached for his phone. Nothing. The screen wouldn't turn on. Suddenly his computer powered itself back on, not with Windows, not with the BIOS logo. Instead, a single glowing blue pixel appeared in the center of the monitor. Huh? The pixel multiplied. 1 became 10. 10 became hundreds. Within seconds, millions of glowing squares covered the entire display, swirling like a digital galaxy. A cold breeze filled the room. The glowing cubes floated out of the monitor. They weren't on the screen anymore. They were real. Ken slowly stepped backward. What is this? The air began vibrating. Books slid across the shelves. His notebook flipped open by itself. Even the empty noodle cup rolled across the desk, as if pulled by an invisible force. The monitor suddenly cracked, not from the outside, from the inside. A brilliant blue light burst through the fracture. The crack spread across the entire screen before exploding into a massive portal made of spinning cubes and pure energy. A violent wind erupted. Papers filled the room like a storm. The curtains whipped through the air. Ken grabbed his desk. No. No way. The pull became stronger. His chair shot into the portal and vanished without a sound. His keyboard followed, then his phone. Everything disappeared into the glowing vortex. Ken held on with all his strength. I don't want to die. The wooden desk groaned beneath his hands. One leg snapped. His grip slipped. For a single terrifying moment, he was weightless. The portal swallowed him. There was no sky, no ground, only endless darkness filled with glowing blue fragments drifting like stars. Ken spun helplessly through an endless tunnel of light. He couldn't tell whether seconds or hours were passing. Then, a voice echoed around him. Cold, mechanical, without emotion. Connection established. What? A translucent window appeared before his eyes. System initializing, soul scan, complete memory analysis, complete biological scan, running. Ken reached toward the floating screen. This is impossible. More lines appeared. Identity, unknown origin, world, Earth compatibility, error. The screen flickered violently. Red warning symbols spread across it. Then one final line slowly appeared. Gender, unknown. Unknown? Before he could react, the entire window shattered into countless glowing particles. The tunnel collapsed. Gravity returned. Ken screamed as he began falling toward an enormous fantasy world below. 3 gigantic moons hung in a brilliant blue sky. A sparkling river wound through endless green plains. Far in the distance stood a breathtaking white castle that reached above the clouds. This can't be real. The ground rushed toward him, faster, faster. Just before impact, a violet portal opened beneath him. His fall slowed. He crashed into a field of soft flowers, rolling through the grass before finally coming to a stop. For several seconds he couldn't breathe. The wind carried the scent of fresh flowers. Birds sang peacefully. Everything felt real. Slowly, Ken sat up. Behind him, the portal flickered one last time before disappearing without leaving a trace. There was no way back. He stared across the endless landscape. His voice trembled. I'm really in another world. High above the clouds, something was already watching him, and somewhere deep inside the shattered system. A hidden protocol quietly activated, Hidden Protocol 01, beginning.